Hi Aquarians, it's B. Welcome to my channel, Psychic Sounds by B. Thank you so much for joining me. I would like to take a moment and thank all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for your likes and your shares. I am absolutely blown away. In the last just over 3.5 months, I've already reached over 7,400 subscribers. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I would like to give a quick update before we get started on the July 2015 readings, is that I've received a lot of comments regarding my spiritual leadership consultation services. And as you know, I launched this service offering back in March, and my website specifically states that I will be offering spiritual leadership consultation services in right around August. I am pretty much on track with that, and I will be offering those services in the August-September time frame. I don't want to kind of pin myself into a specific month, but I would like to give you a range. And the other thing, what I'm going to do is to kind of give you just a little bit of a snippet as far as what I have learned over the years through leadership, having served in the military, as well as having a master's in leadership. For those of you that don't know about my story, you can go to my website, www.psychicsoundsbyb.com, and you can kind of read my story and what my spiritual path has been. And it is my goal, it is my desire, and it is my passion to help people with leadership problems that they may have in their lives. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to maintain my moniker, so to speak, and I am going to be offering little leadership video snippets over some situations that we face, day to day, whether it be with relationships, work, children, whatever. And it's all about determining how you can respond in a leaderful manner while maintaining your own internal truth and doing what is best for you and for everyone concerned. So I will be calling those the Be Great series. So those will be posted after the monthly videos are posted for this month of July 2015. The other thing that I have gotten from a lot of my viewers is that they want to see more B. So in response to that, I am going to say, okay, this is part of my spiritual path, and I am certainly ready to walk it. So I will be offering what I am going to be calling B weeklies. So they're like bi-weeklies. So basically it's going to happen 10 to 14 days after I post the monthlies, and these will be spiritual guidance readings to help get through any potential difficult energies that you are facing throughout your month, and those types of energies that you can just kind of absorb, or that you can practice to help you either get through the difficulties or to enhance the positivities. So that is something that I am really excited about offering. Now, I will not be using the Rider White deck for those. I will be using spiritual ally cards and angel cards for those. Those will also be posted based on your elemental sign, so fire, water, air, and earth. Okay. There we go, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and let's get started on your planetary alignments for July 2015, or more accurately, June 21st through July 22nd, which is the Cancerian cycle. That's where the sun is in Cancer. Okay? So, the sun for you, Aquarius, is in your 6th house. So what does this mean? Basically, your focus is going to be specifically on your day-to-day activities, your errands, your health, and your workaday duties. So you are going to be applying a lot of focus, and this area of your life is going to be illuminated. So pay attention to that. The sun is giving his support through making things light up for you in these areas, because that is where your focus is going to be, and that is where it should be. We have Venus in your 7th house. So this is just absolutely beautiful. Venus and her luscious energy is going to be gracing your 7th house of partnerships. So this is beautiful for partnerships with one-on-one romantic partnerships, as well as alliances, as well as clients, as well as work partnerships, partnerships with your children. It's just going to be blessed with the love of Venus. Finances will be blessed in these areas as well. So this is really something that you can look forward to, and you probably have already experienced for most of you. Mercury is going direct in your 5th house. Now, Mercury direct in your 5th house, this is beautiful because you've got Venus in your 7th house of partnerships, and then you've got Mercury direct in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, children. So this is just awesome. Now you've got communication coming out about romance, love, creativity, and children. So you are communicating right now clearly, accurately, and with love. So this is just beautiful for you, Aquarians. We have Saturn retrograde that just retrograded back into your 10th house. It was in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, and networking, friendships, groups, and now it is retrograding back into your 10th house. Now, what does it mean when Saturn goes retrograde? When Saturn goes retrograde, it is giving you a second chance. If there is something that you shelved regarding your 10th house matters, whether it was your status, whether it was your career, something like that, Saturn is coming back through here, and he's going through that same area that he's already gone through forward, and he is saying, okay, let's take that off the shelf. Let's take a good look at this. What is it that you actually want? And let's go ahead and add some structure to it with facts and figures so that when I start moving forward through this area again, we have commitment and we have solidity. So this is something that you can really look forward to and also utilize to your advantage. Remember, anytime a planet goes retrograde, it takes the energies not necessarily happening on the outside of you, but it's actually coming in kind of from the internal of you. So when this happens, you have this kind of internal energy or this internal working that's telling you, I need to add structure, I need to do this. You are not necessarily getting it from the outside, you are actually moving from the inside as it relates to these types of energies. So this is definitely something that you can embrace. We also have Uranus station retrograde in your 3rd house for the majority of this time. Now, in the prior videos, I said retrograde. Sometimes it's hard because it's like I completely forget. Uranus is a very slow moving planet, so I forget to say station retrograde. So it's station retrograde for the majority of July. And so basically what that means is Uranus is kind of like in that area of slowing down, and all of that excitement and activity and unexpected happenings coming in from the outside is now going to kind of calm itself down, and all of that unexpected activity is going to come up from the inside as it relates to it being stationed in retrograde. When it's in station, that is when it's its strongest, really. So you might have a lot of stuff going on the inside as well as coming at you from the outside. But what it's doing is it's slowly bringing the energy from the outside down, and it's building the energy from the inside out. So here, Uranus being the planet of the unexpected in this particular area of your life, which is your 3rd house, you could be having some unexpected communication with anyone for that matter, and it even surprises you. So in a sense, you have this information that maybe in one state you'd be like, I always act in this manner, and I'm just going to, put the facts out there, and I'm not going to get into the emotion of anything. I'm just going to let that go. Well, what's going to happen here is when Uranus is retrograde, it's going to take that communication and it's going to jostle it around a little bit, and you may have more emotion coming out in your communications. And this is not surprising because you have Venus in your 7th house of partnerships. So this may even surprise you. You may actually communicatively bond through changing up your communication style a little bit with the help of Uranus station retrograde. We also have Pluto in your 12th house. This is the planet of transformation. This is nonprofit organizations, research, service to the world, subconscious, dream state matters, spirituality. So in this particular area, you are going through massive transformations as it relates to these particular areas. Embrace it. See what you can do, take what you need out of it, use it to your advantage, make it part of your strengths, and incorporate it into your lifestyle moving forward. Mars till June 24th is going direct in your 5th house. Now with Mars in your 5th house, you've got a lot of aggression and energy. With 5th house matters children, romance, creativity, gambling, those types of things that are 5th house activities. So you are putting a lot of aggression in these areas of your life, a lot of stick-to-itness, a lot of let's go, let's move forward, a lot of fire, a lot of energy. So you may have had some communications that were heated, maybe with your children or with children, or something having to deal with children. Maybe you work in an organization where you have Venus in your 7th house of partnerships, and this organization works on behalf of children. So there might be something very passionate and something with a lot of energy behind it that you are trying to move forward as it relates to this particular area of your life. This could also happen in romance, so just apply it as to however it may manifest for you. After the 24th, it is going to move into your 6th house. So you are going to have aggression, get her done, fire, energy, fueling your 6th house activities of errands, health, and workaday duties. So you are going to be busy, you are going to be on mark, you are going to be ready to say, let's go, let's get her done. I am done waiting. I've been patient enough. It's time to move. So this is something, that you can look forward to after the 24th. Neptune is retrograde in your 2nd house. So with Neptune going retrograde, it brings a level of clarity. Neptune direct brings fantasy, delusion, illusion, fog, confusion. It rules the film industry. It's like it paints this picture of something that you can kind of go back into your mind and pretend that you can be in this utopian world. When Neptune is retrograde, it removes the fog, it removes the confusion, it removes all of this, and what it does is it allows clarity. So you might be getting a lot of clarity as it relates to your self-value and as it relates to the money you make from the company you work for. So you might be getting, you might be having a talk over grants, proposals, promotions, what your worth is on the job, those types of things. So look forward to that coming through in your 2nd house. The full moon is in Capricorn on the 1st, and for you, the full moon is happening in your 12th house. There is a culmination happening as it relates to this full moon with health, healing, nonprofit organization, service, your service to the world, spirituality. So there is some type of a culmination or an ending as it relates to these particular activities. Now, Capricorn is a very stable sign, it's a committed sign, it's a loyal sign, it's ruled by Saturn, so there is going to be structure as it relates to any of these types of manifestations that may happen at this time for you. It's going to be a big one, and I believe it's going to be pretty positive. So just be aware of those energies as they circle around you around the 1st. There's going to be a new moon in Cancer on the 15th or 16th, depending upon where you are in the world, and this is going to be in your 6th house. This is beautiful. This is about health, errands, daily work-a-day activities. So here you go. You've got an opportunity with the new moon to light your candle, have the prayer meditation, and say to the universe what you want in your work-a-day activities. Do you want more work? Do you want less work? Do you want more meaningful work? Do you want a better health regime? Do you want to lessen your errands so that you can focus more maybe on your home life? Those types of things. So what the new moon is going to do for you here, it allows you to plant those seeds, organize yourself, co-create with the universe to make what you want to happen. Okay, so there are astrological alignments, Aquarius. Now let's go ahead and let's get started on the tarot. Now the tarot reading is 4 cards, and these 4 cards are going to be from the Rider-Waite deck. The first card is going to be for general energies. The second card is going to be for work and finance. The third card is going to be for emotional life, love life. The fourth card is going to be for health and wellness. And then I'm going to pull a spiritual advice card from the Crystal Ally deck, as well as a spiritual challenge card. And this spiritual challenge card is advice from the universe saying to you, this is what you must overcome to make your dreams a reality. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's get started. As you guys know, I do live shuffles. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do these videos much faster so they're not so darn long. Those of you that watch my videos, oh, this one wants to come out for general energies. Those of you that watch my videos, you are going to know that when I do these readings, I like to make them really organic and live. And you also know that I do the astrological alignments as well as the tarot. So this makes these videos at least, 30 minutes to sometimes almost an hour long. So I'm just going to apologize in advance because it's just the way I do things. And if I'm going to give you monthly advice from universe, I'm going to give you all of the advice that comes in, and I'm not going to shortchange you guys. So that's just the way I do things, and that's the way universe has told me to do things, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this is also for sun sign, rising sign, and moon sign, if I did not mention that. It's a spiritual advice for Aquarius. Spiritual advice for Aquarius. What have we got? Spiritual advice for Aquarius. Spiritual advice. Spiritual challenge. What do Aquarians need to overcome in this? This one is just like stuck. It's not coming out. Okay. Okay, Aquarians, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what your general energies are for July 2015, or more accurately, June 21st through July 22nd, 2015. Okay, Aquarians, you have the Queen of Swords. Aquarian men, this could be you kind of accessing your analytical female side, kind of incorporating some of the female attributes into your persona, but not losing your analytical and skillful abilities. For the women out there, you are just being true to yourself. You are cutting out the BS in your life, and you are saying, this is what I want. This is what I want to see happen. I am not putting up with confusion or ambiguity. It is time for me to make a decision moving forward. Now, for whether you are male or female, you are kind of on your throne right now. You are looked at as a leader. But what you are doing is you are kind of going internally right now. We do have a lot of those planets going retrograde and retrograde station, or station retrograde. So what's happening here is you're kind of going within and you're kind of seeing, okay, how can I restructure how I communicate so that I can better serve myself and the people that I work for, or the people that I live with, people that are close to me. How can I make sure that my message is clear without being so verbose, or without dealing or bringing in so much semantical information that I lose them halfway through the conversation. They're yawning because I'm telling them things that they really don't need to hear. So I'm looking at a way where I can get rid of that verbose response that I give to people, and just get to the facts and leave the semantical minutia on the side so that I do not lose my audience. Okay, what do we have for work and finance? Wow, Aquarians. Work and finance, you have the Lovers card. Wow, this is pretty awesome. I've got my North Node in Aquarius. Yay! But anyway, so here we have the Lovers card. So you might be finding a potential mate at work. Somebody that you really get along with, that you may be introduced to, and you find that you have a lot in common, and you would like to maybe take it to another level. For others of you, this could be kind of a profane type of situation where you did have somebody that you were attracted to at work, but you are in a situation where there might have been too much outside influence, and you have decided potentially to kind of go your separate ways, but you'll still be nice to each other at work. That's one thing. This is also the card of partnership. You know, and this is beautiful. You've got Venus in your partnership sector, and you've got the Lovers in your work sector. Basically what that says is you are ready to seal the deal with a partner at work. So if there is a project you're working on, or if there is somebody that you're trying to bring onto your team to work with and work for and work together on a project, it is looking absolutely 100% positive. This is a spiritual, potential fateful connection, and it will take you guys, I mean, to absolute, you know, a complete new level. For finances, this also looks really, really good. You are going to find somebody that you can partnership with finances on, and you may be partnering with your spouse. You may be partnering, you know, with a stockbroker or something like that, an investor, somebody who can invest your money, and it is just looking really, really good because it appears as if it is fated. And, you know, how does this apply here? Well, the thing is, with these general energies, what you've done is you've cut out all the BS in your life, and you're starting to tell people about the facts and only the facts so that you can move forward with whatever goal you want. And the result of that is that you are bringing people into your life that resonate with you on a spiritual and a fateful level. So this is really, really great. For those of you that are not employed right now, and say, for example, you are married or whatever, your spouse could be giving you an inside scoop on a potential job opening that's coming up. If you are unemployed and you are not with anyone, there could be, you know, you could be out networking, or you could be, you know, doing, you know, whatever out in public, just, you know, networking with friends and having a good time, and somebody just kind of pops up out of nowhere. You know, maybe you're out with your girlfriend or you're out with your guy friend, and somebody's like, this angel just pops up out of nowhere and says, hey, did you think about trying this? You know, sometimes people, they are earth angels. They come to us and they give us these hints, you know, and they look at us and they say, gosh, you'd make a great consultant, or gosh, you know, you're really, really good at accounting, you know, and everything else. And you kind of take a step back and you realize maybe this person was sent to my life to give me this message, and you may just decide to move forward with that. As far as investments go, there might be some of you out there that are starting your own business, and it is a business that is specifically related to a love component. So there might be a book that you're writing relating to partnerships and how to make partnerships work. There might be you know, a business that you're thinking about, maybe a spa. There might be something that you're looking at that has to relate and brings lovers together. That's just what I'm picking up. So overall, I mean, it's looking really, really good. Okay, what do we have for emotional life, love life, relationships? Okay, Aquarius, you have the moon. This is generally ruled by Pisces or Cancer, pretty much. So in this particular case, with all of this stuff going on, there is something hidden that you potentially do not know about. So you could be excited for getting this partner on your team, but there is something that's still hidden that you may not be aware of. You know, and this is where you need to use your skills to be able to move through it and cut through the BS. So just kind of be aware of that. So if, for example, there is, you know, a relationship at work or whatever, maybe you need to keep it on the DL. Maybe you need to keep it under wraps and not let that information kind of sneak out into the public, because you don't want to compromise the person that you're seeing at work, and they don't want to compromise you, but the bond is really, really strong. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, because when you have something in common with somebody, that's just what happens. Here, you know, you may be You may be getting messages from this person, you know, at night. That could be what it is. What else this could be is this partner that you want to work with and you want to bring on board at work potentially, or with an investment. What you're doing is you're calling to one another, okay? Now, what does that mean? What's happening here is you're aligning yourself specifically in areas of, you know, potential work where you guys are calling each other back and forth and giving each other information on the rumblings that are happening underneath the surface of whatever goal or project that you're doing. So what's happening here is you're giving each other the 411 kind of behind the scenes, and that's why this moon card is coming up. Also with this moon card, it's basically saying, as it relates to your relationships, utilize your intuition. Your intuition will lead you to the person that it is that you are interested in, or that is interested in you, and it looks like a fateful connection. Just be aware that you want to get all of the information kind of out in the open. Remember, cut through the BS, because you want to make sure that you are basing this relationship off of truth and not off of some type of manipulative or coercive type of environment. You need to make sure that both of you are being truthful with one another, and the information that each other of you is giving to each other can be backed up by facts. So that's basically what this is saying. So for those of you that are single, you may meet somebody at night. Maybe you're out at a bar, or maybe you're out with your girlfriends, or maybe you're just doing some night work on a night shift, and boom, you know, you meet this person, and you kind of just click and you hit it off. For those of you that are, you know, in a committed, loving union, there might be activity at night for you. I mean, with Venus in your 7th house, Mercury in your 5th house, I mean, and then you've got Mars until June 24th in your 5th house, you might be having a lot of activity at night with your significant other. So just be aware of that particular type of energy that may be coming out. Okay, so what do we have for health and wellness? Okay, Aquarians, we have the Devil. Some of you are chained to your desk at work and you cannot work out. You feel like your work life is predicating, you know, your ability or inability to take care of yourself. Your work life is actually kind of causing you to potentially let your health fall to the wayside. This is also about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Okay, so if this is in your health sector, this is in your work sector, some of you are actually having sex at work. I mean, I'm just going to lay it out there. I mean, that's just what this is. So I just kind of want to make sure that the message gets across to everyone. But you know, the Devil is, you know, it's not the worst card in the deck. It just means that you are chained to something. Like I said, it's the sex, drugs, rock and roll card. So some of you might not even be concerned about your health as much as you are concerned about kind of going out, having a good time, you know, getting your groove on, and, you know, going out with some buddies or some girlfriends and having a drink and just letting your hair down. Because right now, health is just not necessarily at the top of your list. The other thing that this may be is if you do have a health concern or you do have a health problem and this does not apply to you, this could be potentially you being chained to something, you being bedridden, you being you know, possibly like in a wheelchair, or, you know, stuck to some type of a contraption, like, you know, an IV pole, or I'm hearing like for COPD, like oxygen, like getting for pulmonary issues like oxygen. That's what I'm kind of getting out of this. So just be aware that if that is you, overall, when you look at the general energies, it does look like you are trying to find ways to kind of cut out those things that no longer serve you. So for example, if you are on oxygen for whatever reason, and maybe you were a smoker for 10-20 years, you're cutting that out and you're saying, it does not serve me, I need to get better, so I need to get myself off of this contraption so that I can just move around and be free and take advantage of what health I have left. So these are just the messages that are coming through with these cards. So let's look at the spiritual advice. Your spiritual advice is inner peace, Aquarians, and I think that in this particular case, this really resonates with the reading, because you've got these cards. You've got this card of potential deception, intuition. You're cutting through the BS. You are feeling the love, or you are trying to deal with a love situation, and you feel a little bit trapped, you feel a little bit chained to a situation. So what the spiritual advice is here is, yes, utilize your analytical abilities, cut through the BS so you can find your inner peace. So those of you that are looking for answers, or you feel like you're in a confusing state of mind, start asking the questions, cut through the BS, get your inner peace so you can move forward, being the best Aquarian that you can be, basically. So what is your potential challenge? Aquarians, I think you got this before. It seems to be coming up quite a bit, but you have acceptance as your challenge. So as a challenge, you might be accepting too much, okay? As spiritual advice, I would say you need to accept more. The universe is telling you to accept. With this, the universe is saying don't accept. So there might be some type of situation at work that just does not seem right. It seems like it's riddled with politica and control and manipulation. Do not accept the help. It's a trap. They just came out and just said it. Like holy crap. It was like a lightning bolt into my consciousness. They said, don't accept the help. It's a trap. So for those that it resonates with you, if there's somebody that's trying to get into your department or in your silo or in your work or your creative endeavor, and they seem to be really, really interested in giving you help and giving you assistance, and you just feel like something is off. You feel like they're kind of building some type of structure around you that contains you and keeps you trapped, and you feel like, I need to ask some questions to get through this particular confusion. It's a trap, okay? Get the facts straight. Make sure that they're on your team. For some of you, I'm going to say for about 20 to 25% of you, the help that you are getting from them is a trap. They are doing it to control you so that they can take over. So I don't know what that means for some of you out there, but it came through loud and clear. So in order for you to get inner peace and break yourself away from this controlling situation, you need to start cutting through the BS and get to the truth, so that you know who you can and cannot accept help from. There is some partner out there for you that is fated for you, and you can accept their help, but there is something, potentially an entire department or a corporate structure or something like that is leading you straight into a brick wall, and it is a trap. So just be aware that those are the types of energies that are surrounding you right now. Okay, Aquarians, there we go. I hope that this reading helped you out a little bit for this particular cycle, and I really do appreciate all of your support. You guys are absolutely wonderful. Again, my readings are really, really different than other readings because when I get the downloads, they come in so fast that sometimes, even though, you know, I get like potentially like a lover's card like this, there's a different message that comes in, and you know, it could be positive or negative. I just read psychically what is coming in from the universe, and the universe just basically gives me the cards, and spirit gives me the cards as a portrait to kind of give you direction in what it is you could potentially be dealing with here. And sometimes, like this whole thing, like it's a trap thing, that came through loud and clear. I mean, it's like they yelled it in my ear. So something might be going on with this that you need to be aware of. This is very, very, very important for those of you that this applies to. So I just want you to be aware of that. So thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate the continued support. Before I leave, I did ask my viewers to send me how to say I bow to the divine light within your soul in their language, and I received about 15 responses on this particular way to say that particular phrase, and it is pronounced in Lakesh. And it is, I believe, Turkish or Mayan or something like that, and it means I am one of you, or I am another of you. So with that said, I wish you much light, much love, and many, many blessings, Aquarians. Take care. Namaste.